Hey John, did you hear that Pastor Todd's going to be hiring a new position for this year's Ignition?
That's preposterous, Peter. We don't hire people for Ignition. We rely on volunteers.
Well, I heard that Pastor Todd's going to be hiring an Ignition sheriff to enforce the rules.
Todd!
I thought we agreed we wouldn't talk like that at work.
Uh-huh.
Todd, I am seriously concerned that we are not doing enough to notify people of the rules for Ignition. Have you considered making a rules video?
Already on it.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I look forward to seeing it.
Well, that's all for now, Jan. I'll talk to you later, Snuggle Bunny.
Yeah. Goodbye, Todd.
Married. Pastor Todd, be frank with me. Are we hiring a sheriff for this year's Ignition? Well, Frank, yes we are. Well, in that case, you need to look at these reports. The first is a list of my qualifications and top 10 reasons why I should be sheriff. And the second is a report disqualifying everyone else in the office. Well, drum roll please. Top 10 list for March 6th through the 8th. Reasons John should be sheriff. Number 10, already owns a uniform. Number 9, already owns a sheriff's hat. Number 8, has a healthy appetite for donuts. John, this is the worst top 10 ever. So, do I have the job? Yes, you have the job. Yes! Is it true that Stephanie's a felon? All right, meeting time. Conference room, everybody. Let's go. Let's go.
Kevin, I'm so excited for the Ignition Generation Conference. Kevin, I'm so excited for all of the hot guys that are coming. Oh, they're going to be so good looking. And I got a whole new wardrobe, and I'm going to look fantastic.
That's great. All right, it's time to hear from the sheriff. Sit down, John. I've called this meeting today to go over the rules for IGCOB. IGCOB? What is IGCOB? Isn't this supposed to be a meeting about the rules for Ignition?
It's IGC08.
Ignition Generation Conference 08?
Oh, IGCO8. Look, as the new Ignition sheriff, I think we should just go over the rules.
Wait, isn't sheriff an elected position?
I believe it is.
John, were you elected according to the democratic process?
Very funny, Peter.
I think we should elect a new sheriff right now.
I second that.
And I nominate Peter.
Second that.
I nominate John!
Second that.
Look, this is ridiculous. Let's just go over the rules.
All right. All in favor of John being sheriff, raise your hand. All in favor of Peter being sheriff. Okay, that settles it. Peter, you're the new sheriff.
As newly elected sheriff, the first thing I would like to do is appoint John G. as assistant to the Ignition sheriff.
Assistant Ignition Sheriff.
Assistant to the Ignition sheriff. Secondly, I would like to resign from my post.
But Peter, we need you for this position.
I've come to realize that being a sheriff is lonely, dangerous work. It's time for me to settle down. Let a new breed take the reins.
I'm your Huckleberry. Tombstone.
I think I'll just let John be Ignition sheriff.
Yes!
All right, that settles it then. Wow, look at the time. You're all free to go. We're done here.
But what about the Ignition rules? Are we supposed to make a video for them?
Not my problem. That's up to the newly elected sheriff.
This is Ignition Sheriff Jonathan R. Guiu with the rules for Ignition. Rule number 1, no smoking on church property. Fact, smoking on church property isn't only wrong, it's illegal. Rule number 2, no going in off-limits areas. Rule number 3, no food or drink in the sanctuary. I'm watching you, junior high boys. Rule number 4, turn your cell phone to silent. Cell phone use has been linked to cancer. Here's a tip. Try using tin cans and string instead. It's worked wonders around my farm. And rule 5, No touchy-touchy. Peter and Alicia, I've got my eye on you.
Leading a youth conference like this is never easy, especially with the people we have working here. But a good leader makes the best with what he has, even if it's not great. Sometimes we're like apples and oranges, and when life gives you oranges, you just got to make orange drink.
Every year getting ready for Ignition, things just get crazier and crazier. And I guess this year it's...
Hey, Peter, want to go to Ignition with me this year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is gonna be the best Ignition ever.